Still in there.
Is anybody out there?
Yep.
Might just be us.
Yeah, maybe. Give a shout out if you're still here and listening. But yeah, I know that you were thinking a lot about like how to structure things for building out a website and
Right.
building all the connections and everything. And although the forum system specifically may is the thing that may have some overlap, do you have any thoughts on what you and this doesn't necessarily need to be like from a technical website standpoint, but if you wanted to connect with the community, right? And you know that you have a certain set of skills that you are confident in, and maybe some that, maybe you want to build out a little more, right? But you can definitely offer skills to help out those who have no skills in certain areas. Are there certain ways that you would prefer to connect with others, or that you would prefer to look at a situation or to engage with others to do charity events or even non-charity events, just to, if we're just going to go the route of, at least get people connected to one another first and then propose things that we can do?
When you bring up the skills factor, the first thing that comes to my mind is something along the lines of LinkedIn, which would make it streamlined when it comes down to trying to find someone with certain skills. We can even go simpler than that, something like Indeed.com. I'm just thinking of formats and how things are run. That has less, what's what I'm looking for? Less weight on the socializing, more weight on connecting and finding the right people for the right jobs and projects, things like that. Which could be what we wanted, and like I said, it's not going to be exactly like those websites, but I would think more towards something like LinkedIn, which kind of has that almost Facebook-y social aspect as well, that we could use. I would say that sort of format would be what I would think of for a skills and finding someone for projects.
And so, and this is a question that I've been mulling over. So, if we were to go with skills, do you know of any central one of the questions is, how do we figure out what skills to add in? And right now I'm kind of subverting that question with Charity Livestream at the moment by having roles, right? If you're a writer, or if you're a graphic designer, or if you're a broadcaster, or a video editor, right? Then you just pick one of 8 roles. Actually, did I send you the links to the updates that I did so far? Have you seen it yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, let me shoot those your way again. Or not again, I'll shoot them your way so that way you can see. And so that was and that difference between saying, oh, well, I'm really good with MailChimp, versus saying I'm really good with email, versus I'm really good with promotion, right? How the proper ways to break that down, because if it gets too finite, especially if you're dealing with groups who may not know the difference,
right,
then is that something to be concerned with, or am I thinking too hard about it, or just how?
Well, and worst comes to worst, you'll find out if they're lying or if you don't know what they're talking about. But I think if you don't get too incredibly finite, as you said, and you keep it more larger, bulkier type of categories, like communication, you could probably put email in there, or social media for marketing, I wouldn't get down to the specifics of, like, specifically MailChimp, specifically Twitter, specifically Facebook, because then you're going to have just this smorgasbord of information that's going to be coming at you for every person that you have to dive through. So I would say not to go too deep. You certainly want to know within these categories, these skills, what these people can do or what everyone can do.
All right.
And make them searchable as well.
So I just dropped an example of my profile, which is showcasing the new things that I added.
Okay.
Devin. So if you click on it, then you'll see that I have 8 user roles right now. Although I have not added in like technical or website design, which could be a good over like a high level, because it just doesn't even touch on that at all. Which is something that I realized I probably should. I just grabbed the ones that I had put into the how-to guide and allowed people to be slapped on there. And then I also added in a open text field for people to be able to say the best way to contact them if you're open to being reached out to. Now, obviously, the forum system would allow people to post out opportunities that would allow people to come to them, but I wanted to at least give the option for it to work the other way if people were open to it. But I know that this is just kind of a quick example of getting things up and running, and I'd be very interested in figuring out more things that can be done and more ways that it can be taken advantage of.
Right.
It would be,
I'm looking at this.
It would be good to later.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it would be good too if on these roles and skills, if people came to your profile, they could actually click on like broadcaster, and then it would take them to a list of everybody else that had that in their profile.
Yeah, and I was kind of mentioning this before. Unfortunately, I don't know quite how to make that work because, once again, I don't have the technical skills, but I do know that I can, in theory, because I need to actually double check to make sure that it works, but create a members list of everyone on the site where you can then sort members by the information that they publicly make available in their profile. So if you want to find someone from that page who has a certain set of skills, but I see what you're saying though, because it would be so much more convenient if you could just click broadcaster and boom, it's right there.
Right.
But
That's something for later.
But EE, you were saying, because you were looking at what's here right now.
Yeah, I was just going to say that to those who are not logged in to this site, they can't see our roles and skills.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah. Actually, I think I may even have it set up that unless you're logged in, I'll need to double check. But the idea is that you have to be logged in and a user to be able to see roles and skills. And then I even have the ability to separate users into certain types that would allow only certain types of users to see roles and skills. So in theory, like unfortunately, I don't think I have the ability to put that on where a user can select which groups, although that would be really nice. But in theory, I could create another section where you could select roles and skills and have it only be viewed by verified nonprofits, or only be viewed by members of a certain, like any user type that I can create, and I can create as many and as different user types as possible. Just like how I made the special user type for the Marquee artists, and you guys have access to everything that a regular member has, but then you also have special posting permissions to the forums, and you are the only people who are designated marquee artists can post topics in the forums.
Gotcha. Okay, looks good. Sounds good.
But, you know, like, if there's more information, if it could be better sorted, if there's certain things that I'm missing or that might be better to be in there, then, you know, any and all feedback, because the faster that this gets done, the more useful it becomes.
Right.
Or the more I know, the faster I can get things done, which makes it more useful to people, which builds the cycle.
Right. Well, I don't have any more input in regards to what we want to do and that, so it's looking good and it sounds good. What we have so far, even though I wasn't here.
Well, you'll be able to go back and look at the videos. I don't know. Is there anything else that anyone else wants to discuss? I'm gonna... Let's see. Back again. Oh, Chinchao's back. Hi, Chinchao. We're just trying to figure out if there's anything left to discuss. Chat, if you guys have any questions or any topics for us to hit on, then please let us know now, because now's the time.
Just passing it along. I think Chinchao's the only one that's active right now.
Well, he did say hi.
Yeah.
He's if he's going to be typing something, then he's probably typing it right now. He seems very sad that he ended up coming back at the end. Don't worry, we have this on video. It's guaranteed to be on video this time. I made sure of it. I'm positive.
They say that.
Guaranteed you open up this rift in space-time, that won't make it so it's not guaranteed. I hope you know.
I was doing testing. It made test videos.
I thought you tested the stream on Tuesday as well.
Good point.
See,
I didn't end a stream on Tuesday. Oh, wait, what?
We made Google Plus mad.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Are we going to curse this one as well by talking about it, or should we just ignore it?
Ignore it.
Let's ignore it, please.
Don't. Yeah, that was in the recorded part, wasn't it?
Hi, Spirit.
Yeah, Chinchao. My fellow programmer.
PGPS?
Pronouns, I believe.
Ah.
Prefer pronouns.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of times where I wish I knew how to code, and I think that's going to be one of the skills that I set myself to learn.
I tried to learn how to code once, but it's really confusing.
My problem is that I don't have the patience to sit down and learn it. Like, picking it up is easy enough. I remember the stuff I did learn to do, but, like, it's such a pain.
It's like learning another language, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is when it tells you there's something wrong with the code, it doesn't tell you what exactly is wrong.
That's
So
the
you
fun
just have
part.
to sit there for how many hours looking through lines.
But that's the best part about being paid by the hour.
It's so satisfying when you do figure it out, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What makes you keep coming back?
Oh, sorry, Chinchao, if I said otherwise. You are indeed a lady.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little tired, as everyone can probably tell.
Well, so is there anything else we're covering?
Hmm?
Is there anything else we're covering that we can think of then?